Ivan Orlando Bustos. Fighting out of the blue corner, representing Toowoomba, Queensland, Australia. A former amateur star, a 2000 Olympian, amongst other things, 61.15 kilograms, 12 fights, 12 wins, 10 inside the distance. A former state, national and regional champion. He is trained by Brendan Smith, and the young man many term the next big thing. Ladies and gentlemen, Rocky Katsidis. And for the first time tonight, we welcome to centre ring Mr. Charlie Lucas. Our three ring judges are Anthony Shipley, Brian McMahon and Alec Fraser.
This is 8, Andy. It's gone back to 8 rounds. Okay. All right, son, come over here. Okay, boys, keep this clean. Knuckle part of the glove face, front and sides of the body. Bit of a knockdown, standing boxer. Go to that corner there, stay there. I'll tell you to come out, okay? Must defend yourself at all times, obey my instructions at all times. 8 rounds, shake hands.
Well, as you've heard there from Charlie Lucas, this fight has been amended to 8 3-minute rounds.
You're right, mate.
The way Rocky Katsidis is fighting at the moment, we may not even see that many. But Ivan Bustos from Argentina stands in the red corner, ready to rumble with the undefeated Australian prospect Michael Rocky Katsidis. Here we go in the lightweight division. Opening round action. Michael Katsidis in the white trunks. Starts a heavy favourite here against Ivan Bustos.
Gee, looks like he's done the work. Rocky Katsidis, look at the body, it's hard. He's done the work. I watched him a little earlier on as he was shadow boxing and moving around the ring long before any of the crowd came in. And he's all business. He goes straight at Ivan Bustos. John, Argentinian fighters tend to want to take their time. They don't want to get mixed up in early exchanges. They take their time. They'll even give up the first round in order to warm up and take their time. But I don't think you can do that against Michael Katsidis.
Big right hand over the top from Bustos, and I was about to say that he will be encouraged because you can catch Katsidis. He does have some deficiencies in terms of his defense because he is such an aggressive attacking fighter. Sometimes you can catch him, and I'm sure Bustos is going to be encouraged by landing a few shots.
Well, he's 5 knockout wins in 5 knockouts in 13 wins, John, and he's got a long reach. He looks like he's got a long. Certainly caught the attention of Mick, and again he catches him with a little left hook.
Sharp work from Katsidis now, working with the right hand. He's puffing up around the right eye as well at the moment, Rocky Katsidis.
I think Mick is just sort of too intent on trying to get his own work done rather than be watching what this guy's got good hands, got fast hands. As Mick sort of,
it's just a slip. He's slipping on the advertising hoardings, which are under the ropes, which have been the bane of my life, calling fights. Yeah. There's enough advertising everywhere else without them creating problems for the boxers. Here's Katsidis unloading. He's grabbed the attention of Ivan Bustos now.
That little short right hand is the punch that's going to do the damage for Mick, but Mick has to be very careful as he comes in trying to unload his own little right hand, because this bloke's got a very good little left hook, and his left hook to the body is a very, very good punch too, Johnny tells me.
Well, on the scales, there was only 2 pounds between them. But to the naked eye, Rocky Katsidis looks much bigger, stronger than Ivan Bustos.
He's got very, very slim legs, John. And you look at Bustos, he's got big thighs, big calves. And but Katsidis upstairs, he looks like a middleweight, doesn't he?
Incredibly powerful.
He's all business, Mick Katsidis.
He's landing some solid shots, but taking some punishment as well. Left hand from Bustos having success, but he's on the retreat again.
Mick just marked up just a little over the left eye. There's that clubbing right hand again. That's a dangerous punch by Bustos.
Concluding stages of the first round. It's been an entertaining affair, this opening stanza, scheduled for 8 for the lightweights. And action aplenty. Very tight first round. I think if we were fighting in Buenos Aires, Argentina, I might have scored it for Bustos, but as it is, go with Katsidis 10-9. Here's Brendan Smith in the corner.
And the other bottle. Breathe in nice and deep now. How you feeling? Really good. Work your way into it, eh? Work your way in. I want you to look at second phases out there, okay? Not first. He's counter shotting a little bit, all right? He doesn't carry a lot of power there unless he's going to catch you if you make a mistake out there, okay? So sit in there, take the first 2 shots, pick your shots, work your way, and then have a bit more of a look and a bit more concentration where you're going, okay? Once you're sitting in there a bit close, then pick your jab up.
Well, it wasn't all Michael Katsidis in the first round. There's the bowler, right hand from Ivan Bustos early in the fight. That gave him some confidence. He was made to work hard for it. So an entertaining first stanza, Brad.
Well, I actually scored it an even round. It's something I don't like to do, but Bustos had his own, he had his own problem. Katsidis really worked to the body and worked to the head a little bit, but Bustos hit Katsidis with some cleaner shots than Michael hit him, and be denied the young man from Argentina, and time will tell. I think Mick will sort of work him out a little bit, but they're very fit, very confident. He looks a lot taller than Michael, doesn't he, Johnny?
Keep him up, son.
He's only listed as 1 centimetre on the tail of the tape, but you're right, Brad. He does appear to have a more significant edge there.
And I think also the reach advantage, but he doesn't look to be intimidated by Mick, and Mick has got some power, but there's that little bolo right that Mick would want to be just a little careful of. It just caught him off balance a little bit earlier.
Had success with it, the first punch that he threw, Bustos, and he keeps going back to it, and why not? Because Katsidis does have a problem in terms of defending against that. His left hand was down on a couple of occasions, but this is where Bustos doesn't want to be. Doesn't want to stand toe-to-toe and try and mix it with a stronger man.
This young man can move around the ring, John. Gee, he's quite experienced, even for only 20 bouts. Did you notice he went to the left, went to the right, went to the left again, and actually took 2 steps. He's very, very experienced.
He's listed at 25 years of age, Bustos, but he's certainly more mature than that. And here's Katsidis looking to unload again.
Well, Mick's best.
Oh, big left hand, and Bustos down here in round number 2. He's shaken up, climbs to his feet, and wants to go on. But Katsidis unloads here.
Walk towards me. Okay, box.
Well, it's great refereeing. Geez, a good. Oh, there's that clubbing left hook by Bustos. He's caught Mick on the way in as Mick clubs him again.
He's looking for a quick finish. Katsidis here in the second round. Needs to regroup. Bustos is a tough customer.
Great refereeing by Charlie Lucas. Gave him every opportunity. Looked him in the eye. Looked at his legs. Looked at his upper body and said, no, you're all right. You can go on. There's that little left hook, John. He's hit Michael with that every time. And if I was Mick, I'd be just a little careful about that beautiful left lead.
Snapping the head back of Ivan Bustos, who still is in danger of not being able to survive the second. Katsidis well on top here, round number 2. His Argentinian opponent, Ivan Bustos, pinned on the ropes, taking plenty of punishment.
Mick is so strong downstairs. He's so well balanced, and he's flat-footed on the front and up on the back foot, and he can really dig him in. Those body shots are really digging home in the ribcage of Ivan Bustos.
Yes, they've taken the wind out of his sails now, and Katsidis will look to get back on top. Big right hand. Now he's attacking Ivan Bustos here at the end of round number 2. Will he survive the second stanza as Katsidis looks for the finishing touches? And digging to the body with a wicked shot, and now upstairs. And Bustos bravely clubs back with artillery of his own.
Keep him up, son.
Let me tell you, these Argentinians, mate, if you're only going to get them out of there, very few. Oops.
Great round 2 for Michael Rocky Katsidis. And Ivan Bustos, well, he has his hands full now.
Righty, take over this. Righty, take over that. Breathe in nice and deep. Breathe in nice and deep. Are you feeling good? Okay. Hey, mate, you notice you caught him with the left hook when you settled a little bit? Yeah. Okay, I want you to settle a little bit. You'll find him all day out there. Don't load every shot. Work up. Pick your shots. Nice defense. Read it. Make him miss. Make your shots good. Don't load every shot. Work into it. Keep settling a little bit out there. Enjoy the run, all right? Okay? If it's going to come, it's going to come. Don't rush it otherwise.
Round 3.
Well, Michael Rocky Katsidis putting on a show in round number 2. That's changed the complexion of the fight.
Hold on.
We are set to go. Round number 3. Ivan Bustos from Argentina with his hands full against the undefeated Australian prospect Michael Rocky Katsidis. Bradford Carley has 20-18 at the moment. I have 20-17 in favour of Michael Katsidis.
John, let me tell you, I haven't seen Rocky since September last year on a Jamie Meyer promotion up at the Gold Coast. But by golly, he's really improved. You wouldn't think this is not that he wasn't a good fighter then, but he's much more mature. He's a lot more settled now. He settled down very, very quickly. I mean, he got hurt in that first round with a couple of good punches, but he's trying different things too. He's trying just different little things, little angles that's coming from. I know he's been sparring with young Brad Hemming up on the Gold Coast. Brad's a little bit heavier than him, but they've had some good spars, and he has a bit of difficulty in Toowoomba getting sparring, so they've been coming down to the Gold Coast and getting some sparring down there. But he clubs a little bit with that right hand, Rocky. I'd like to see him just turn the knuckle a little bit and actually move his left foot over, move it outside Bustos's left foot. He needs to bring over his left foot so he squares up his body a little bit and just stop. He's got that little bit of a slap. There it is there. And if he just could plant that with the knuckle, gee, that left hand's beautiful by Katsidis.
All one-way traffic at the moment as Michael Katsidis softens up Ivan Bustos from Argentina down in round 2 on the end of a left hand. And very defensive here in the third stanza, as you might expect. He's looking a little leg weary at the moment. Ivan Bustos. He's tasted the power of Rocky Katsidis and didn't enjoy it. As again, Katsidis lands with the right hand. Manhandles his opponent backwards again.
And John, manhandled, that's an appropriate word for Rocky. He's just going to go straight at him. And I suspect that the Argentinian trainer is not going to take too much, let his young charge take too much more of this, because Katsidis is totally dominant in this round. Yeah, he's a neat, tidy boxer, Bustos.
Inside the last 50 seconds of round number 3. Scheduled for 8. And Rocky Katsidis has it under control here so far. Ivan Bustos just being able to regather himself here as a lull in proceedings.
Well, I think what Michael has done, he's settled down into a rhythm, he's settled down into a pattern. He's not trying to knock this bloke and get him out of there quickly. And I think that he knows that he's in charge, and he's just going to methodically do it and methodically do his job. And this is good practice for him, because he needs to get some rounds under his belt. Every fighter presents a different option. Every fighter presents a different problem. And Michael needs to be able to get some rounds under his belt so he can overcome those problems. If he blasts everyone out of there, he's never going to know. The first fighter that has got a bit of kicker and knows his way around a ring. That was a very good round for Katsidis.
Dominating performance from Rocky Katsidis so far. He's won the first 3 rounds convincingly, including a 10-8 round in the second stanza. Bustos was on the canvas on the end of a left hand from Rocky Katsidis. Here's some of the action from round number 3, and look at the sharp jab there we're seeing from Rocky.
That is a copybook left hand, and if you want to know how to throw a left hand, just have a look at Katsidis there, because that is just beautiful. It lets some other little things go. He gets a little bit sloppy at different times, but you've got to remember that he hasn't been a professional all that long, just not even 3 years yet. In December, he'll be a professional for 3 years, and only having had 12 professional fights. But we are looking at a star in the making, and with the guidance of Brendan Smith and the team that he's got behind him.
And of course, Mick Betros, who put the early polish on as well, did a tremendous job in shaping the career.
He certainly did.
Of Michael Katsidis. This is round number 4, scheduled for 8 for the lightweights. Michael Rocky Katsidis again all over his opponent, backing him up early, clubbing with the left hand. Bustos in trouble again here at the start of round number 4.
Michael's doing, John, is first he comes up and he hooks to the body, and then the next time the Argentinians look at, there's that left hook. That's a knockdown. Charlie's going to call this one.
4, 5.
Appeared to be the right hand. It was a flash
7,
knockdown, if anything,
8.
but it counts according to our referee, Charlie Lucas.
Okay, box.
Well, he was on the end of a punch, and I mean, you know, a punch was scored with the knuckle part of the glove to the scoring part of the body, and you go down. It doesn't matter whether it's a slip, it's still a knockdown. Oh, there he is, left hook again. The
Towers come in from the corner. Ivan Bustos has seen enough, and Michael Rocky Katsidis overpowers his Argentinian opponent. He's now won 13 straight and 11 stoppages.
That's good.
Well, the writing was on the wall very early. Bustos down in the second round, and here in the 4th, on the end of a right hand, he's on the canvas again. The towel comes in. He looked as though he was overmatched physically, and that's the way that out.
Well, Katsidis really just settled into a pattern. He settled into a rhythm after a shaky first round. I actually just scored at the 10 round in the first round because they both had an equal share. But Katsidis really dominated in round number 2 with a knockdown, with a beautiful hook, and again in round 3. And I think that I don't think that Charlie was very far from stopping it. He's a very experienced referee, Charlie Lukes. I think he's one of the finest referees in this country, and he was about ready to stop that fight.
He's done an excellent job, and so has Rocky Katsidis to improve his record. Let's have a look at the finishing touches here. As you see, he was sliding to the canvas, but there was contact. It was, what do you call it, flash knockdown. And that was the second time in the fight that Ivan Bustos was on the canvas. It's only been stopped twice before in his career, and then the towel comes in from the red corner. The Argentinian had seen enough. Had some moments in the first round against Rocky Katsidis, but after that, power, the strength, the pace, it was all one-way traffic for Michael Katsidis. 13-0, 11 knockouts. He is a man on a mission.